My name is Vivek Bach, partner with ELP, specializes in indirect taxes. Coming to the overall proposed amendments in indirect taxes, it seems the overall objective of the amendments is to promote Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, and reduce litigation. Broadly, the budget amendments could be bifurcated into three baskets: A. Reduction in litigation, B. Support to Make in India or Atmanirbhar Bharat, and C is digitization and ease of doing business. The first basket is reduction in litigation. There are few amendments in the indirect taxes wherein it seems that the approach of the government is to settle the tax positions and reduce the existing tax litigation. As in the following cases, SSG have already filed a writ petitions challenging various tax position in law. And if you see, the few of the examples are the most welcome or overall amendment in order to reduce the litigation is amendment in the CST Act. What is that amendment? Is to clarify that Form C would be available only for the raw materials which are used for the manufacture of specified goods. Now, what does that mean? It is only can be used, or it can only be issued with respect to petroleum products. The litigation which was going on over the period of last couple of years, whether Form C can be issued for the manufacture of the goods which are covered under the GST, but now by way of this amendment, this litigation will definitely be rested. The second basket of the budget is with respect to support to Atmanirbhar Bharat or Indian manufacturer. The government has increased customs duty rates, which will definitely help the Indian manufacturer to manufacture the goods in India. Concession rules have been amended to allow job work activity. In budget 2020, 80 outdated exemptions were eliminated, and government is in the process of eliminating 400 old exemptions by October 2021. Conditional customs duty exemption would henceforth be valid for a period of 2 years and would be continued further after review of some consultation with the industry. If you see, overall customs duty rate that has been increased, which will definitely help the Indian manufacturer and boost Indian economy to manufacture the goods in India and accordingly export it outside India as well. The third, which basket of my presentation would be digitization and ease of compliance. The government has proposed to remove the mandatory requirement of GST audit. This is a very welcome move from the industry perspective, as most of the time, if you see from the company's perspective, they end up spending time with compliances by filing the GST return and thereafter this mandatory filing of GST audit. Additionally, the submission of self-certified GSTR 9C has been introduced. With respect to customs, bill of entry to be filed before the end of the day, before the day of arrival of goods, and you can amend the bill of entries, shipping bills electronically as they have updated their customs portal. Government has also proposed to notify Common Customs Electronic Portal, which will facilitate registration, filing of bill of entries, shipping bills, payment of duty, and other specified functions. The overall proposition with respect to the certain amendments may hamper the exporters, like Section 16 of the IGST Act, which has been proposed, wherein an option of export on payment of duty has been restricted to only notified class of persons or notified supplier of goods or services. Earlier, whosoever were facing issue with respect to accumulation of credit and they are into the business of export of goods or services, they were using this option and liquidating their fund with respect to the accumulation of credit. Now, by proposing this amendment, there will be definitely an impact on working capital of the company. The reason for that is there is a strenuous process of claiming refund of accumulated ITC on account of exports. Also, it is proposed that the benefit of zero rated supplies made to SEZ unit or developer would be liable only or would be available only when the same are made in respect of authorized operation. What does that mean? We are going back to pre-GST era where the issue of authorized operation was there with respect to the service provided to SEZ, and if they are used for the purpose of authorized operation, then only all the exemptions were available. Now, by amending this provision with respect to zero rated supply, it will definitely lead to more hassles for the supplier to establish that supplies are meant for authorized operations or not. While there are various welcome amendments in the budget, but there are few disappointments as well, such as non-inclusion of petroleum product under GST, and another which was talk in town of customs amnesty scheme. This was much awaited scheme which we were expecting from the budget, but unfortunately, our finance minister didn't touch upon any amnesty scheme with respect to customs. This is overall major impact of budget from the indirect tax perspective. Thank you so much.